What are some tips to be funny?
Be smart. So like to be funny, you have to be smart. That's why a lot of men don't think women are funny because they don't think women are smart.
Oh shit.
Okay, ready?
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Didn't see you there.
Hey guys, just pulling those tendrils out.
Wait, we're both rocking a tendril today.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
I usually like to wash my hair for the episodes, but it was really greasy, so I just threw it up today.
Same here. I wore it up today too, so.
It's just a lot of work to wash your hair.
I know. It is a lot.
How many times a week do you wash?
Maybe 3, maybe less, maybe 2 or 3. Probably 3.
That's, wow.
Because, wait, is that bad?
I only wash it once.
Oh, really? Oh.
How much?
How long do you do, guys?
Twice.
Jamie
Jamie's
says
twice. Josie.
Like 2 to 3.
Yeah.
4.
I was just going to say.
It does. It does. It's all about the schedule. It's like, how many times are you working out? Yeah. How many times am I sweating my ass off? Like, you did your workout the other day?
I feel like blondes can get away with a little bit less washing too. Oh, yeah. Also because our hairs are fucking dry.
Because it's dry.
It's dry. It's damaged. It's all the above.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
So you brunettes can have fun with your wash schedule.
Okay, but then you have to buy brown dry shampoo because one time I'm running around with a high pony. I think, was I with you? I don't know, but I'm literally running around. I thought I looked so cute. Did a slick back. Like so fun. And then someone was like, you've got something on your hair. Can you come here? I looked in the mirror, turned my head, white, like spot. It looked like I like tried to do a cool hairdo, like a spotted hairdo. Like it was bad. No,
I'm not
seriously.
gonna lie. I feel like I've like helped with your dry shampoo issues a few times.
Soph has helped with my dry shampoo issues, my blending issues, my eyeliner.
The thing with your dry shampoo is
stop.
No. I was just gonna say if it's the white, that's the issue. But then if you're using the dark, sometimes it like gets on your forehead. You know. So you have to.
Soph always is like. I'll see her eyes like get really like squinty and small towards something on my face, and I'm like waiting, wrong? And then all of a sudden a finger will fly, and you're like, I gotta rub it in.
But for the record, it's because one, we're about to record a podcast.
I know,
and
you're being nice,
and I know you would want me to say something.
Oh yeah, I would definitely want her to say.
So I
it.
Try to do it. I'm like, let's just blend that a little more. Okay,
it's because my lighting my bathroom is so wonky. I can't tell if it's blended or not.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like going about my business with my fucking lines on my face. Like Jesus. I probably go to work looking like dramatic.
Well, yeah, and I can't say shit because I literally like have I have such strict lines sometimes, and I'm like, but wow, I look and I need to.
You
really
can't
blend.
do it all. You can't be good at makeup and good at like working out and good at your job and have a pot. No, you can't. Like, sorry,
you can't
do the best.
You can't be great at everything.
You cannot be perfect. Okay?
God, you know who is perfect at everything?
Sarah Schauer.
Sarah Schauer.
That was a good transition. I like that.
Did you like it? Y'all, we have Sarah Schauer on the episode today. She is a celebrated social media personality and influencer. She has made a name for herself through her comedic parodies and fun, relatable lifestyle on her social media platforms. Oh. I believe... Actually, no, I'll let you finish because I feel like there's more about her that we want to share.
Okay. Sarah Schauer first became popular through Vine. She moved to other platforms like YouTube when it was shut down and began creating more content. And she has been featured in Funny or Die, PR Weekly, and was nominated for the Shorty Award Viner of the Year in 2017. She also like started doing stand-up. She talked to us about stand-up and like overcoming sensory issues, which was very interesting to talk about. Yeah, I really like that part of it too, because I think it's something that I have never heard anybody talk about that really before, like maybe casually on social media, but not in a podcast. And she's literally overcoming her biggest fear, which is standing up in front of a crowd, and she's doing it.
Yeah. I was gonna say my TikTok like algorithm right now is talking about all these sensory things because it has a lot to do with like ADHD and I was just after this conversation, it almost started like populating my algorithm a little bit more. And now I'm learning so much more about it. I'm like, dang. But I'm proud of her for how far she's come. Like the fact that she showed up and like we had a great episode with her. And I just remember how good she was at makeup too.
Yeah.
Oh I just remember thinking like, wow, I want her to do my makeup.
And her purple juicy sweatsuit. Yeah, she's just like slaying. Work. She showed up and she just was like, yeah, I just did my makeup. She looks so sleek. I'm like, oh, we were in the 2 Hot Take studio in LA, by the way. This is from our LA trip. And so we got to enjoy a little LA sunshine after that, but we got to meet Sarah and it was cool. I'm very excited for you to listen to this one. It's very, very good.
Very good. Hope you guys enjoy.
Without further ado,
Sarah Schauer.
Sarah.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, can you tell your story that we made you cut off?
Oh my God. So I've gotten into stand-up and I went to this Jennifer Coolidge themed show and I wore another tracksuit and I was so excited. The entire show was like, the host was, her name was also Sarah. She was just doing impressions. And I left early from the show because I was parked in like a sketchy area. And so the host later posts on Instagram a picture with Jennifer Coolidge and like a video of her doing her impression of Jennifer Coolidge to Jennifer Coolidge.
No.
And I was like, that's the only impression I can do. And it's like, it's my whole life goal as soon as I turn 30 to turn into Jennifer Coolidge. Like the tracksuits.
You're tracking right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, you don't understand. That's like, that's the only person I've ever wanted to actually meet.
Let me hear your
Yeah,
impression.
wait, now you got to do it.
Oh my God. You look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Holy shit.
Okay. So
wait, I'm sad.
Sid does not do impressions, but she does Jennifer Coolidge, and I thought yours was good. But
no,
that
now I don't
was
want to do
you.
it.
That was
I don't want to
really-
do it.
Now you have to go.
No, I don't want to.
Go.
I don't want to.
Go.
I can't.
Just say I'm taking the
dog, dumbass.
That's pretty good, though.
No, but you are like,
did
you
you
have the like,
learn that?
like in there.
I think my mom and I watch that movie like once a month. All the time growing up. Yeah.
You go we watch it every once a month. Absolutely. I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah, it was like our bonding time, and then she'd have to like study for something.
Oh my God. Well, we're excited to have you. I need to learn more about this like stand-up comedy and Jennifer Coolidge obsession, but can you just like give us a little like zhuzh of who you are and also how you identify, please?
Okay, yeah. So who I am, I'm like a YouTuber, podcast host of the BCC Club. I do TikToks, real shorts of just like mainly Southern women because I think they're so fucking funny. I don't know. Whenever
I love those videos. I'm not gonna lie, they're hilarious.
Yeah, I just like whenever I dress like this, I feel like a lot of women feel very comfortable talking to me because I look like someone's aunt. You know, like it's like you don't know me, but you do know me. So it's like a great way to like start a conversation. But then yeah, I've also have started to do stand up, and I've really loved that. And I also I'm non-binary, she, they, but I am very feminine. But that means nothing.
Your
honestly.
shirt says women shit, and I'm
This is Drew's
vibing.
shirt.
Wait,
really? Yeah.
I love that.
That's
I watched that
adorable.
episode with you two on it. It was amazing. Great episode. So if you haven't listened, go listen. But stand up. So I want to hear kind of like can you give us like an example? Because some people listening don't even. I feel like some people don't even really know what stand up entails. Can you do like what you did at Jennifer Coolidge's? Or like throw one joke. You're like, they can't force me.
It's mainly like stories because I feel like stories have like a better wind up. But like one of the stories is like the first time I ever tried to hit on a girl.
Okay.
Like so
Wait,
I've
seen this video.
I want to hear it.
Well, no, if you've already seen it, then I
No,
want to think of
I've
something
only
else.
seen it. No.
I
didn't.
haven't?
She hasn't seen it.
Okay. So I lived in Virginia at the time and I was like 21, 22. And there was this coffee shop by my house. And I saw, like, I ordered my drink and then I was waiting next to my computer, my bag. And the girl making my drink, very attractive. So I was like, I want to think of something to say that's not just, hey, that's my drink. And so, like, I start listening to the music in the cafe and I was like, where do I know this song from? And it was the background music to Two Girls, One Cup. And so I was
Still funny.
I was like, oh my God, I should tell her that. And so she calls my name and I'm like, hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but this is the background music to Two Girls, One Cup. And she's like, what is Two Girls, One Cup?
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, you know, like blue waffle. And she's like, what is blue waffle? And I'm like, oh, fuck. And so I'm like, you know what? I've already said too much. So I go sit down. She goes to her other coworker and her other coworker is like laughing because I'm assuming she's like, you don't know what that is? And so she pulls out her phone.
Oh, God.
And she like, after like 30 seconds, the girl that I thought was cute starts like, she looks horrified. And she's like, looks up at me and she's like, this you. And I was like, I wanted to be like, I don't watch that. Like it was and so my joke was like, you're missing so much cultural context, you know, like there's so much you need to know. But then I just never went back to that cafe because I just exposed this girl to Two Girls, One Cup for the first time.
Oh, my God.
I know.
For the record, I've never seen it, but I've been described of what happens in the video.
You've never seen it?
No, I don't think I could handle it. I
I'm
think
not
I'd be
gonna
sick.
lie.
Yeah.
I have it pulled up.
No, don't.
Oh,
Don't. No.
Okay.
please
Okay.
turn it
I
off,
won't. I
please
won't
turn
right
it
now.
off.
I haven't seen it either.
It's like your bookmarks.
I know you're like, wait, let me just get it out of my favorites.
I'll put it in my bookmark so I can watch later.
Good
guys.
idea. Okay, question for you, because when we were doing all the creeping, I'm like, okay, I got to make sure I have every question that I want to ask Sarah on here. In your bio, it says 7 urgent care visits. What's going on with that?
Oh, this is about to be wildly inappropriate. Is it
Oh
okay?
God, is it bad? How bad?
Yes.
I'm gonna give the rundown of the last 3. So I was doing anal in the shower with my partner,
Okay, yeah.
and I didn't know that something tore. And so later that day, I needed to buy like a prop gun at Party City. So I was like, I've got to shit. And so the employee unlocks the bathroom, and I couldn't even sit down before I farted blood on the Party City bathroom, toilet. And so I cleaned it off, but he was standing outside the door because people are like frequent shoplifters. So all I heard was, you know? And so I was like, that's not my period, because that came out with so much force. And so I went to urgent care, and the guy was like, have I seen you before?
Oh no, come on.
And I was like, oh my God, yeah. Because 3 months prior, I was in urgent care because I broke my nose eating my partner's pussy.
no, that's not real.
Yeah, they sat on my face so hard.
Oh.
Like the right side of my nose was like crunchy for like 3 weeks.
This is not real. Is this real?
This is real. And so he was the guy who checked me in for that visit. And so then I was like, wait a minute. 3 months prior from the breaking my nose, I had gotten a UTI so bad, it turned into a kidney infection. And I was literally laying down on the urgent care floor, like screaming, because those are super painful. I had to go back to the hospital.
Oh my God.
But he was the same guy who dealt with me that time.
I love how it's all related to either sex or sex organs.
Oh no, I was like, for a couple like weeks after that, I was like, I really don't want to break my fingers or anything, because I like love press on nails. But yeah, there's a bunch of other just random urgent care visits. But when I went for the tore up asshole, there was this guy, the doctor looked like my old landlord, and he was like, may I take a look? And I was like,
oh geez.
I was like, I'm so sorry, I'd rather just bleed out. Like, I'm just gonna take some antibiotics. And
You go, no.
You
He's
actually
like,
look.
You came
actually,
here.
You actually look like someone I know. So pass. Me
Well,
too.
I mean, the room was so like well lit that I was like, I haven't shaved, and like I know I'm bleeding out of the back, but I'd rather like. And then
Can we turn the lights down?
yeah, I was like, turn on like a pink neon sign so I can like feel better about myself. But yeah, I've been at the urgent care a lot.
You freaking
Damn.
kill me. I'm serious. Like you're I mean,
I'm
it
already-
makes sense why you do
Thank
stand up
you.
I'm
comedy.
already
not
ready.
gonna lie.
I'm already ready for this episode.
Are you okay? So you're clearly very open. Like just talking about stuff. I pride myself on being open. I am like not that open, but I'm open. Like right, we're getting there. But you're freaking. Have you always been this way?
Yeah, I think. I mean, like, yeah.
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 Like always
Same.
just willing to like. You're like fuck it. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah, I'd rather be the person to tell people about these sort
Exactly.
of, and then instead of like you find out like
100%.
Yeah,
it's
like-
candid.
yeah.
It's so candid.
Were your parents super open with you? Because I feel like my dad was really open. So
no, my parents were assholes.
what?
Really?
Yeah,
What's this family dynamic situation? What's going? Well, actually, maybe I should ask. Can I ask that?
they're deeply homophobic.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're like very abusive.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We're not really close.
Well, I don't know that
Yeah.
that would work out very well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I see. Okay.
yeah.
Well, did that shape you into who you are now? Like, do you feel like there's like a reason you're the way that you are? Like, or like, has it given you the power to even speak up even more, like going further and saying more because of that?
Yeah, like it's affected like a lot of parts of my life. Like when I was younger, I was like, I'd hide like all the time. Like, I mean, like for hours in like the closet because I was scared of my family. And so like I always dreamed of like being like on stage, and I was like, I'll never do that. And so like actually like a couple of weeks ago, I was crying on Instagram because I'm like newly sober, and I got into like stand up, and I was like crying because I was like I wasn't a kid like, God, I hope I get sober. But like I was like, I always wanted to do this, but I never thought, you know, someone who hid in the closet for hours could, like both literally and figuratively. But yeah. And then also I had like ADHD. I still have it. But like I was really bad in school, and I hated learning because every time I just wouldn't get it. And so my parents are incredibly smart. They're assholes, but they're very smart.
Yeah.
And so like I hated school. And so like for the past couple of years, I've been taking random classes. I told you guys as I'm doing pilot writing. I did like neon bending, like woodworking. And so it's like helped me fall in love with learning because like I took like a macaron making class and like I was super scared I was going to mess it up because it was like one of my first classes. Half the class got drunk and it was like it clicked for me that I can love learning and it's not like a punishment.
Oh, I love that.
That's so cool.
So
I love that.
I guess my parents shaped me in that they gave me they told me I couldn't do a bunch of stuff or I'd never be good at things. And then now as an adult, I'm like trying out stand-up. I'm loving learning. Like I'm falling in love with, I fell in love with Legos and like they would never buy me something that expensive. So it's just like, they taught me that I actually can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you can. You can lean into yourself. Is that what you did, basically? Because some people crumble under that pressure of not having that support.
Yeah.
And you just fucking leaned into it and did your thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is amazing.
Did they watch your content?
They used to have Twitter notifications on, but then they got like too grossed out. And so they're very Christian. So they're like, they're like, we can't see this anymore.
You originally started on Vine, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I miss Vine so much.
What was the video? I bet I remember it. Like, was there one video on Vine that like blew up?
There's a couple. I like had this waitressing series where I was talking about people like someone was like, what's in a vodka cranberry? And I was like, Jaeger and fucking milk, you know, because it's like obviously or
obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was just like the stupid questions that people ask. Like, I actually can't remember another one other than that.
Well, but yeah, that was your thing.
Vine
I feel like a creep. I'm like, I remember that. Like, I'm like, I remember this.
Vine to TikTok to YouTube to podcast, kind of formed you into the content creator that you are right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool is that?
I know.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. Speaking of stand up, I want to know because we just actually had before you came today, we had Dom Roberts on the podcast. We talked about cancel culture and we talked about kind of the world and being careful with our words and things like that. And what is it like being a stand up comedian when we're in a position when the world is like pretty sensitive? Like, how do you go about pushing boundaries but not going over the line?
I think the smarter you get, the easier it becomes to like make edgy jokes that are riding that line. I think people who refuse to learn have a bit more, they struggle with it a bit more, but like you can make somewhat misogynistic jokes if you know how to like ride the line.
Okay.
And I think like as you just got to practice riding. I don't know. I don't think people are more, I think we're just more aware.
Yeah. Okay. Not more sensitive.
That. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I feel like because you're more aware. You're also like in, I don't know, like a community out here where it's like, okay, we're all creating content. We're being creative, but we're also like open with everybody. They know who you are and your background too. Like they know that you're educating yourself. They know that you're leaning into different things.
Yeah. But
that
I'm
makes
not
sense
saying,
to me.
I'm not
but
saying.
Also you're not, I know what you're saying.
I wish we could be misogynistic again. No,
obviously.
Yeah.
You mentioned sobriety. Do you mind if we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
What was that journey like? And if you don't mind me asking, like, what did it look like prior to that?
So I have been like trying to get sober for a very long time. I was like on and off sober for a couple years, but like in college, I like drank all the time, like to the point where like I would get like blackout drunk. And this was like for like 8 years. And then on January 1st, I was like, I'm sick of like starting and stopping. And so I just want like a hard start date. And so it's been like 4 months.
Oh my God,
Good
congrats.
I know.
That's impressive. It's really, I feel like it would be hard. I mean, we talked with Spensois yesterday about like party culture out here in LA too.
Yeah.
And like stand-up comedians, I feel like they're kind of notoriously like drinking to take the edge off and different things like that. I mean, at least the ones that I've watched too. So do you feel like you've had to learn this like newfound confidence in like being in social settings?
Yes. I like feel like a completely different person because like I usually would start drinking around like sadly like 1 p.m. So most of that day is gone. So you have to, and then you're dealing with the horrible like cyclical anxiety of like drinking and then you wake up horribly anxious. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, like when I drive at night now, I feel like a teenager because like since I would start drinking consistently like at 1 p.m. and I'd get blackout drunk, I never really drove because obviously I'm drunk. Like I don't drive drunk. I've never, but like,
so you're like, oh shit, I gotta fix that. Sorry about that, everybody. No, I didn't mean it like that.
I've never, but like, so since the last time I consistently drove at night was when I was a teenager. Oh. Like I started driving at night again and I was like, I felt like so young.
Oh, brought you
back.
That's
interesting.
I know.
I could kind of see that though, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm Ubering So I'm like, whoa, I'm not really driving out at night unless I'm leaving the house, but
Wow.
I'm not really leaving the house.
I kind of want to pivot. When did you transition from dating men to females?
Or have you always
or
dated
women?
women?
Yeah.
I did not know that girls could be gay growing up. Like I was raised super
Because you were-
Christian.
yeah.
Yeah.
It-
So
what state was this in again?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I was Virginia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. I'm a military brat. But
Oh, you
like
are? Okay.
I was watching a bunch of like lesbian YouTubers in high school, and I was like, that's so nice. Close the laptop, and I'm like, I didn't think about it. And then I also watched Stick It. Have you seen that
Oh,
movie?
I've seen that movie.
Oh, I love
The
That's a good movie.
The main character is so hot.
Yes.
Okay, but
she is.
I'm straight and I think she's hot.
Yeah.
I was like, oh crap. I'm like, I kind of like her.
I know.
In high school, I remember that.
Sid, I don't think we're 100%.
No,
Like,
no, I just would say
there's a
I'm
spectrum.
like right now I'm in a oh my god,
Straight.
heterosexual
Yeah.
relationship. I'm like my brain is like, what? I've done 2 podcasts already today, so my brain's like, what?
Yeah. I get
But-
that.
But okay, yeah. So then continue. I'm sorry, I like interrupted. I'm like, she's hot.
Yeah. And then first gay experience was like right before college with this girl I worked with. I was like, why does my crotch have a headache? But then and then I lived in South Carolina last, and I was like a copywriter at this ad agency, and it was I hadn't dated a dude in a while, and so it was South Carolina. There's not really a huge gay scene, and I mean like I knew all 5 lesbians who lived in town, and so I was like, I'm not 30 yet, you know. And then I came to LA, and like that was November of 2019 is when I really like went for it. And I had a serious girlfriend and then a break. And I just, every break was like a hoe phase. It was really nice.
We all got to have the hoe face.
You always have to.
We've all been there.
I want to know, like, how would you hit on a woman if you thought she was cute? Because I feel like I've heard from friends, I'm going to keep it anonymous, but people that I know that are in my circle, they are like newly kind of exploring, and they feel like they're worried that they're going to come onto somebody and they're going to be like very much like, oh my God, no, I'm not into women. Like they're fearful of that. They don't even know really what they're doing. So do you have any advice for that?
Yeah. So women are not men in that there is no threat, you know? So like if a woman reacts negatively to you hitting on them, there's actually like, it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's not going to be like, you know, like when a man's like offended, like that's where you feel like dangerous.
Yeah.
But also my advice may be a bit skewed because I date mainly mask individuals. And so you can tell that they're gay. And I'm also like, neurodivergent in that like if I like someone I will tell them. Like I don't like will they won't they. I don't like if I see someone I like I usually just approach them, and for most people who are socially anxious they're not gonna just go up to someone and be like hi you're hot, you know. Trying to think of like advice.
I also feel like as a female, I feel like it'd be rare for a female to be disappointed. Like, oh my gosh, why did you say I was cute? Or why are you trying to hit on me? Like, I would be flattered. Like, and because I feel like women are very respectful about it if they do. You know, I don't feel like it's something that someone would get fucking pissed about.
I don't think so either. But I can understand how that like transition period of like, oh, I'm curious and I want to see, you know, lean
how do I
into
do
that.
it?
How the heck do that? So I know I'm like that's helpful though, because if you think about it, like take the edge off of it. They're not a threat. Like relax.
I love that. I do have a question about. So we had Spence Waugh on to talk about. So you were saying you date mostly masked. He talked about tribes on the gay apps. Have you heard of this?
This is a man gay thing.
That's what I thought. I was like, this is not for females. Okay, so you know someone's gay when you're hitting on them because you're into more of the masculine energy type of.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely hooked up with like femme girls as well. What's crazy about like the spectrum of like someone who's masked, you can usually tell that they're gay, but also there's something about someone who is super feminine that is also very gay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so like there's like the most straight girls exist in the middle where it's like I want to be feminine but I don't want to look like I try hard. This is either a costume or like there's something off about me.
Or you eat pussy.
I think you look great. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, like alternative people usually exist in the extremely feminine space. So like, and they're usually gay. And if they're not and you hit on them, they're not going to be like, whoa.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So, yeah, and then I also just more advice. If you want to go to like a gay bar, it's probably your best bet to hit on someone.
Oh yeah, you could just go. Yeah. Oh, and then you'd feel more okay, good, smart.
Yeah,
that's a smart tip.
This is a tip for so baby girl gays. So there are not a lot of lesbian spaces because men are perverts, you know? And so like this is actually some gay history. So the reason why there's like almost like slightly gay porn playing at gay bars is to deter straight men, because straight men feel very uncomfortable. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, that's just because they think it's hot. But they're very uncomfortable by gay porn. And so you can't do that with lesbian porn because men would just come in all the time. And so,
my God, is this real?
Yeah. So
Shit. I'm like,
so lesbians, what they do is that they realize straight men don't plan ahead. So they host events. And so you have to buy tickets ahead of time.
oh my God.
And you have like, and so they try to get like in the event. And I know it's also partly because there's not a lot of lesbian bars, but it's so lesbian events and then gay bars are usually.
Oh my God, I didn't.
I don't.
all right,
That just
okay.
rocked my world. That makes so much sense, though. Men don't plan ahead.
They don't really.
Well,
Dying.
straight
Like,
men
I mean-
don't plan ahead. Gay men will plan everything.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Wow, that's a good tip, though.
I know, like, thank you for-
and apps, right? You can do the apps. And
Yeah,
whatnot,
Exactly.
But I mean, girls on Carrie. What the typical thing
Carrie.
that well, I mean, apps are a crapshoot. So usually what happens is, okay, so you know when you're on a straight app, you'll usually swipe and like 30 men will be like, I'm attracted to you. It is damn near impossible to get matches as a girl.
Really?
Even
Why?
if you're hot as fuck, because girls are very decisive. But like usually when you do get a match, it's some exchange of like, hey, you're pretty. Hey, you're pretty. Then no more talking. So like apps are a good place to practice flirting, but they're not like
Okay.
the best.
They're not the end all be all. They're not like Match.com. You're
Yeah.
not going to be finding. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's like the entry to everything in the dating. Well, can I? Okay. We have a game that we are going to play with you, but I just want to really quick circle back because I feel like you brushed over all the things that you do and you're a straight up hustler.
Yes.
Can you please talk about what you're doing like out here in LA? I mean, you moved in 2019. So what, 4 or 5 years you've been out here?
Yeah.
You've been grinding since you were on Vine. What are you doing right now?
Well, I make reels and TikToks and YouTube shorts, which is just like, so I did like sketch writing with UCB, and I was like, I really just need to like start writing again. And so I did classes at UCB, and then now I'm in like pilot writing. I'm writing a pilot.
That's so cool.
I know. And I have a podcast with Kendall Landreth, and we host the BCC Club, and it's just like the weirdest parts of the internet every week. And then I do YouTube videos where I build like Lego sets, and I have something in the works, but I can't really say it. And yeah. And then stand up. I have like 5 shows coming up.
Okay.
I'm really excited about that.
When's your next one?
The 11th.
Okay.
Yes.
Next time we'll plan our LA trip when we host guests on the week where you perform, so we can go watch.
Yeah,
or
we
something.
should come. That'd be
I would
really
love
fun.
to see it.
Yeah.
So you sound like you have a lot going on. It feels like there's a lot happening at one time.
Yeah.
And I know I've heard you talk about sensory overload.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that at all? Did you deal with sensory overload, and how did you overcome that? And what is it?
Well, like sensory issues are like lights and like sounds being like overstimulating. Like I went to Coachella last year and I have like sensory issues. I watched like City Girls for 10 seconds. And then
I gotta go.
I was nonverbal. I could not speak.
What was it? What's your sensory overload? Like, is it all of the things? Because I know some people who have like really bad sound sensory issues.
Well, it was both the heat, the crowd, the sound, and the lights.
Yep.
And I had to go to the ADA tent and hang out there. But it was really nice because there was AC. So this is actually loops back into the sobriety. I feel like if you want time to slow down and you want like 12 more hours in your day, don't drink. Like the only reason why I can do all this stuff is because like there is nothing else to do. You know what I mean? Like I work hard, and I mean I watch a bunch of TV, but I'd rather just do something productive. But yeah, so I do get overwhelmed, and I do need like a day off from Vyvanse. And when the day I don't take my Vyvanse, it feels like someone took like a pair of underwear off my head.
Oh.
You
You're
know,
like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, gee, I can't, like, I don't make sense, but it's really like cathartic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel that.
I like how you said that though. Like don't drink if you want to get shit done.
Yeah.
Because like I could never have another hungover Sunday and just ruin my day again.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I can't do it
It is
anymore.
horrible.
I can't do it.
Like people, I mean, I'm 28, and so like people get like really anxious, and they're like, I feel like time is just flying by. If you want to slow that down, just stop drinking, and shit will just drag on.
You're like, I got time, dude. I got time. Nothing but.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm still 28. I've been 28 for 3 years,
Dude.
Have you always been have you always been funny, or is this something people can learn? If someone's listening and they're like, hey, you know what? I want to be a funny date tomorrow. What are some tips to be funny?
Be smart. So like to be funny, you have to be smart. That's why a lot of men don't think women are funny, because they don't think women are smart.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so like if you hear a man say women aren't funny, he doesn't believe that they're smart enough to piece those two pieces together. But like a lot of my jokes are just facts that like are they're just like facts, you know?
Almost like your crotch getting a headache is obviously your clit with blood pumping through it. But the way you worded it, I was like, fuck, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that from now on.
Taking her jokes.
My crotch has a headache.
I mean, like if you want to get smarter, if you want to get funny, you just like try to expand your mind. And it's also about like creating like different pathways in your brain, like trying to break out of routine as much as you can. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're not going to think of new ideas.
Well, your neurostimulators get overstimulated. That's why you have a brain fart, by the way. That's why what happens when you like overstimulate a word and you're saying it too much. Remember when you like said your name or the word cow like 40 times and you're like, what the fuck is that?
It doesn't sound right.
I don't even know what it is anymore. That's what happens. You're like exhausting the neurotransmitter and it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You talked about your podcast.
Yes.
I want to just ask, what was the, I don't know, maybe in the last month or maybe all time craziest niche of the internet that you talked about? Or one of them. It doesn't have to be the craziest.
Oh crap.
Putting you on the spot.
Oh yeah, I just forgot everything I've ever learned. I have probably Disney adults.
Oh,
but I mean,
we've talked about this.
I can't crap on them because I have like over $10,000 worth of Legos.
Okay, fair. All right. Oh yeah, that is a Disney product, isn't it? Because it's
it's not Disney, but it's like a
kid's in the family?
It's the same realm, girl.
Yeah,
it's the family.
Yeah,
it's in the family.
And so like if I were to be like people who spend like thousands of dollars on Disney are crazy, it's like the pot calling the kettle crazy. Like yeah,
you're building your Legos.
How do you spend that much money on Legos? Tell me what you can do with Legos.
Legos are very expensive. Like I just bought the Rivendell set, which is from Lord of the Rings, and that was $500.
Did you like? Did you build like a castle out of this or what?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's kind of. I'm not gonna lie. I miss Legos, and I feel like I'm like, when would I have time to do that? But now that I'm cutting back on my drinking,
yeah,
I could be building Legos all day, baby.
Do you
Let's
display them anywhere?
I have a Lego room.
In your house?
Yeah. So it's like it's like a bedroom, but there's no windows, so it can't be sold as like rented as a bedroom.
Got it.
And so but it's like a massive closet, tiny bedroom. And so I got a bunch of shelves and I got a desk and I made like a Lego city street.
And you turned your hobby for Legos into more content, right?
Yeah.
Will you take a photo of this room so we can post it when you post your episode?
Absolutely.
Okay. I want to see it. I'm like,
you are a genius for turning, I feel like an idea or a thought or a story into content and monetizing.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for somebody who is feeling stuck and like they're like a smaller creator who can't figure out how to get under their feet and like start rolling with like monetization and like creating?
So a lot of, if this is like advice for like neurodivergent people who are content creators, a lot of people don't realize they're verbal processors. So like they're trying to think in their head, but they literally cannot. So if you're neurodivergent and you're stuck, start talking to yourself. Like put on an accent, like wear a weird outfit. Cause as soon as you get into character, your brain is, and then you start speaking, you're going to become something else. And that's going to give you an idea.
It's almost like journaling, but through your mouth and the shit that comes up.
Yeah.
I always put on a wig. Like I always want to wear a wig on Halloween. Like I have to wear a wig. I have to wear a wig.
You have to be
I usually actually have to be a boy character of some sorts. And I just, oh my God, I feel free. Like last year I was my boyfriend. Like the year before, I forget what I don't remember.
You were your boyfriend for Halloween?
Yeah, he was me and I was him. And I was in character all night. I literally I felt like free.
Maybe it's telling you something.
I like wigs.
Yeah.
I like being a boy. I don't know what it is, but either way.
It helps you kind of like tap into something else.
Yeah, because like this is for like neurodivergent people. If you don't speak out loud in your verbal processor and you just keep it in your head, you're basically telling yourself not to think. So of course that's going to inhibit how you come up with ideas.
Yeah.
Also, like just for everyone else, like so this is like advice for people with PTSD. The reason why people with PTSD relive the same moment over and over again. And that's the same with like when not the same, similar to like you're stuck in a creative rut. You need to create new pathways in your brain like how you were talking about. So
Like
it's
being
a simple. This is not like this is a basic like stepping stone, but like drive a different route home. Like wear something that you would not wear. You need to create something new to start thinking new. Yeah,
Okay.
be
I
in a
like
different.
this.
Yeah,
I like that
Get
too.
out of that routine.
Yeah, you need to.
Do we want to go to our game yet or no?
I mean, why not? We
Okay.
can play our game.
let's do it.
Go
We
ahead.
have a would you rather game. Pretty simple, but some of these are just like actually insane, and we just thought you'd be the best guest to talk to him about.
We asked
So-
listeners basically. I'm like, what? We're gonna go talk to Sarah,
Yeah.
and we're gonna play Would You Rather, and we were like, write some Would You Rather's in.
I used to have a series where I came up with crazy would you rather's. So
Do,
I'd love
do you,
to.
do you
we may
have a
have
really
known
good
that.
one right off the bat?
I have a couple on my phone.
Oh my god!
Should
Wait,
you grab it?
Yeah, let me. Morgan, can you grab my phone?
we'll
There-
ask you
We'll
one
have
in between.
We'll have some for you
Okay,
too.
mine are insane.
oh god!
Oh, it's in my bag, I think. Or
I love
it's
this.
purple.
Okay, we'll ask
It's
you a few,
purple
and you can
matches.
ask.
You know.
We'll ask you a few, and you can ask us a few.
All
Okay.
right.
Would you rather? I was
I'm like, wait, what?
Where's that? Would you rather watch your parents have intercourse for the rest of your life, or join in once to stop it?
I wish it was the rest of their life because they're fairly old.
The logic is there.
That's a good point.
I'll join in once.
My god! No, you wouldn't.
What about you, Sid?
No, I'd be watching forever. I can't.
I think I'd join in once.
I could not.
You would like end up giving critiques.
I'd be like,
Dad,
move.
Dad,
Oh, you're doing the same thing again. You're bad at that.
what did we say about accepting feedback?
Okay,
God.
I'll read one more as you look that one up.
Okay.
Would you rather have true love forever or $10 million but no love or sexual interests ever again?
Say that again.
Would you rather, I'm going to make it even bigger. Would you rather have true love forever or $10 million but no love or sexual interest ever again?
I have an avoidant personality style. So probably I could make $10 million. But also I'll say love forever.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it,
You
love
were
it.
thinking about it though. You
Yeah.
were like, I don't know if I need that.
Wait,
You're like 10 million sounds kind of nice right now.
that would be nice. Okay, wait. Let me read you guys one.
No, I love this. We have 3 more on our list of people writing in.
All right. Let me find a 50-50 split.
Oh, she like knows. Okay, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
A
Sid,
controversial
would you
one.
rather have 10 million or love?
Love. I'm a love. A hopeless romantic.
I think me too. Yeah.
I love love. Okay, I'm ready.
This is very involved. So, okay. Which nightmare scenario is worse? You have to parallel park on an extremely busy street while on the phone with your mother, and she refuses to stop talking about your body in a swimsuit.
Oh my god.
You cannot hang up. There is someone behind you in a car that's barely budging every time you try to back up.
I'm having an anxiety attack. Okay, second one.
The next one, you're in the DMV wait area and a man next to you keeps leaning on you intentionally, but not too much. You haven't slept in 24 hours. You're 5 numbers away from being called and you cannot move.
Oh God, I already know which one.
Which
Do
one?
you know which one? I don't want it to sway her decision.
I think I would rather be. I would rather be in my car talking to my mom.
But and trying to parallel park.
Yep.
That's what I would do.
I would
Really?
pick, I would pick that one because I'm in the comfort of my own car. My mom, I'd probably just ignore, let her talk. And I'd probably have the AC on. I'd probably at least have like some good tunes in the background. Like that's what I would go with.
I'm
Yeah.
known for my road rage, so like I feel like it just kind of comes in. And my mom says she always calls me, and I'm like always like, "Are you fucking kidding me? This guy, he's riding my ass," and she's
Yeah.
like, "Relax, Jesus." So I feel like
What
it would
about
already
you?
be normal.
Yeah, probably parallel parking. What's crazy is that more people chose the DMV.
What?
Yeah.
I don't want a weirdo
fucked.
leaning on me. I can't. Oh my God, and I don't do well with no sleep. I get really scary.
I know. I
Like,
get like delusional.
Same.
and I
Same,
know. I
same,
see
same.
like a unicorn. I'm like, that wasn't real.
and
was
like we
it?
all have almond moms at this point, so it's like
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough out here. Okay, we'll do one and then you do one again.
All right.
So if you want to read the next one.
no, you go. 'cause I don't know
Okay.
where I am.
Receive an alert every time your parents hook up, or have your parents receive an alert every time you have hookup or sex.
My parents, because they probably don't do it much. If they received an alert every time I did, they would be like, not only are they homophobic, they're like, gay sex is happening right now. And I'd be like, God. But like with my parents, it would just be like a gentle reminder to call them, you know? I'm like, oh, like every couple of months.
Every couple years.
Do you call them? I mean, seriously, I was just wondering. I'm serious because I'm like, I don't know. You know, because I feel like I feel like we can be really, even with situations that are not ideal and frankly just terrible, people are still like, oh yeah, I talked to my parents. And you're like, oh, shit.
I think you
still
also
do.
know, I feel like you have a good like internal clock or internal temperature gauge, whatever the fucking word is, to know when to like cut it off or keep someone in your life. And I feel like you kind of have, I feel like you made the decision at one point.
Yeah. After I realized like narcissists cannot change and I truly accepted that fact, I'm working on like, what's that thing? Radical acceptance.
Yeah.
It's like where you just I cannot change the past. Like, and you really mean it. I was like, oh, I can't change anything. My mom will be nice to me for like 2 seconds, but like, she's just a bitch.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Have you read the book about growing up or adult children of emotionally immature parents? Have you heard of it?
Yeah,
That's the book I saw on the table.
Did you read it?
Yeah, that one is, I think that everyone has to read that one in the 4 Agreements.
I've read the 4 Agreements. Sorry,
I outed you.
Sis trying to fucking out me on the pod.
Sorry. Well, I just think sometimes things come to my head and I was like, oh yeah, that's that. Like she had it on the table the other night. So
I don't know why I'm reading that, but like
It's like on the back of your toilet.
yeah, it's fine.
you already got in trouble
You have
for
like
reading it.
bent over the top of so many pages.
Well, here's the
Bookmark.
story about that book. So I ordered the book.
Yeah.
I was talking to my therapist, and again, like we were doing some podcast research. I did grow up with a parent that, you know, we don't know if they're emotionally mature. We don't know if it was just a thought I made up in my head, but like I ordered the book off of Amazon. And apparently my mom also is on my Amazon account. And she's like, why? And the title of the book is so aggressive. She like calls me. She's like, why did you order this book? I'm like, fuck. My boyfriend's like, you can't get out of that one. Literally the title of emotionally immature parents. I'm like,
I was sitting next in our Airbnb and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, whoa, that's a title. I'm like, it doesn't sound super. Yeah. That doesn't sound like a good read, but it's an important read.
We were just researching for the podcast. Next, would you rather?
Okay, wait. Sarah, do you have another one?
All right. Okay. These are all so long because I just get like super involved. Okay. You look like shit. This is the last thing you want to happen. You walk into your favorite restaurant to pick up a to-go order, and 2 of your exes with their new partners are in the wait area as well. The wait area is closed off from the rest of the restaurant. There is no music playing, and you're forced to stand while they sit around you. You cannot leave, and they all look incredible.
Oh fuck.
All right. So you're at a concert and the musician you barely like, their opening, pulls you on stage. They give you merch, make you put it on, and then say, give it up for your name. Half the people clap, and security helps you clunkily get off stage because for some reason there are no stairs. So in what situation, this is you look like shit, which one would you rather not be in?
I know. You know?
Have to go. No.
The concert. I would rather just get up there and just be like, fuck this. And just pull me off stage. I just can't. I pictured myself doing it. And I kind of liked it.
There's no stairs. You like climb over the barricade. You look like shit.
I don't know why that's so funny, but I can kind of see myself doing it.
I kind of can picture it too.
Why am I crying? It's like, why am I laughing so hard?
It's because I feel like maybe in your past life you did that.
Oh my God, I think I've done it before.
I'm going to go with that one too.
Okay.
Honestly.
Really? What would you do?
Probably. Oh, if I saw my last 2 exes, I'd probably cry so hard. So I do it at the concert. I mean, I would be so overstimulated.
Oh God.
And I was looking like shit and they put me on the Jumbotron. like, you know, like when an old woman's like shorts get caught in her ass cheeks. That would just be me like climbing onto the stage. And I don't wear thongs anymore. So you would see like my full panty outline.
Oh yeah, you don't wear them
hate
either.
wearing thongs.
Yeah.
No.
I keep touching your toe.
I wear little MeUndies. Okay, we got one for you.
Okay, wait, are we doing one more?
Yeah, last one. Would you rather have vagina ears or penis fingers? No covering allowed. That one's like not a situational one, but it's
so my
forever
opening for my ears would be vaginas.
With all the feelings as well. Or penis fingers with all the feelings.
Well, I could wear beanies. I couldn't wear.
No, you can't cover. You can't cover it.
No covering.
Not even with hair.
Is that like indecent exposure?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't matter. Just answer the question. No,
Could not catch a break with the law. I probably have vagina ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Have you guys seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? It reminds me of the
Yes.
scene where they're the hot dog
I
fingers.
couldn't get through that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
No,
Sit.
I watched it on a movie and I got a movie. Okay, huh?
I told
I watched
you
it on a
it-
plane.
You have to give it
There
a
was,
chance.
I was overwhelmed. There was turbulence, and I just was like, I can't. I got to turn
So
it off.
good.
It was
Yeah.
confusing.
Loved
No?
it. It's-
No, no one really. Okay, that's all right. Okay.
You liked it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, you got to watch the whole thing. Try it
I'll,
again.
I'll watch it later. I'll watch it
Try it
later.
again.
I'll watch it later.
Okay, well, we have one last thing to kind of share with you. So we're Straight Candid. We're known for moments that make you a little embarrassed, humbling, makes you a little more human. So we usually share like a Straight Candid moment every week when we hop on that podcast. And then we also have a listener write one in. So this week, someone wrote in and we're going to share it with all of y'all. So she said, or he said, with an ex-girlfriend of mine, is this yours, Sid, actually? Oh, no, this is mine. Okay. With an ex-girlfriend of mine a few years back, whenever we wanted to get down to business, we actually put something on Netflix in the background. That day, we put on Planet Earth. Anyways, right when we were really getting going, we heard an ungodly noise come from the TV. And we proceeded to watch David Attenborough, don't know how to say his name, narrate the mating process of bacterian camels, which involves slapping their own asses with their tails. We burst into laughter and couldn't continue. Cute. I didn't know bacterian camels
Bacterian camel.
slap their own asses with their tails to mate.
Apparently,
Do
it's
you
a
know
mating
that?
thing.
Do you know? No, I don't know a lot about camels normally.
You're like, no,
What if
I
I was
didn't
like,
know
yeah,
that.
I did.
Yeah, you go,
You didn't
yeah.
know that?
You didn't know. Oh yeah. Okay, you're out of the loop then. Do you have a Straight Candid moment that you're like, oh my god? By the way, this doesn't have to be like sexually related. It can be hilarious. It could also be totally embarrassing. It could be something that humbled you, or
Mental health shit,
a
your
mental health
pants.
shit. Like it could be anything.
Something that humbled me.
Doesn't have to be that
or
either.
an embarrassing moment, pretty much.
I think this is my go-to story because I think it's really funny. And so like when I first started out on Vine, I like had like 10,000 followers. I was in college, and this girl comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my god, I know you." And I've never been recognized before, so it's like, I make Vines, and she's like, "You're the girl who fell off the treadmill at the gym last year." And I was like, oh. And I was like, yes, I was. It turns out the year before, the power shut off at the gym, and I ran off the treadmill, and it was like so loud. And she was like, "That was you." And I was like, I make Vines, and she's like, "You fell off the treadmill." And I was like, yes, yeah.
You go, I'm humbled.
Yeah,
You go,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a humbling one. I like that.
That's why whenever influencers are like, "Do you know who I am?" I'm like scared to be like, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah.
You're like, from what?
I'm like, "Where do you know me from?"
You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I make content.
Tripping on the sidewalk last week. Yeah. That
Yeah.
girl.
Oh my god, that was funny. You're funny.
Thank you.
Am I surprised? No.
No.
Where can people find you? Where can people find all your comedy shows, your content? I mean, you're literally everywhere, but just in case, plug yourself.
Yeah. My Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok are all Sarah Schauer, SCHAUER, and Sarah with an H the right way. And then my
The right way.
yeah. And then stand-up dates are a highlight on my Instagram.
Amazing.
that.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, we are at Straight Candid Podcast, and another shout out to Morgan from Two Hot Takes giving us the
Yes,
studio.
honey. She's like, no. I'm like, yeah.
Stop it. I'm at Candid Soph.
I'm at Candid Sid. Sarah, that was so fun. Like,
Yeah, thank
seriously.
you,
Thank you for
Sarah.
opening up. Thank you for letting us ask candid questions.
Thank you.
And being
Appreciate
candid with us.
All right. I've had a lot of fun.
Me too.
Bye,
All right, bye,
everybody.
guys. See you next week.
We have to make that noise.
I need to go to one of your shows.
I want to come to your show.
I need to go pee.